Alright, today we're going to be starting off our Python Hangman project series. So this series is going to be divided into multiple parts or videos. So this is the moment we've all been waiting for, so let's just get straight into it. So first I have my main.py Python program. This is where I'm going to be actually implementing Hangman. And I have a words.txt file, which I created beforehand, which is just a text file with all the random words. So the goal for today, in this part, is to randomly generate a word from this words.txt file in my main.py program. So since we have to randomly generate a word, we're going to import random to have access to a random module. So import random. Next thing we're going to do is create a function that's going to randomly generate a word from this words.txt file. So what we need to do here is do define, or def, short for define. So def generate words. And I don't need any parameters, so I'm just going to put just this pair of open and close parentheses. And what I'm going to do here first is actually open this words.txt file. So we need to actually open this file in order to interact with it in our Python program. So what I'm going to do is with open words.txt as file. And recall that we don't need to specify this R, since the default mode is read. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable that stores the list of all of these words. So recall there's a function for that called readLines, which takes each line of this text file and stores that in a list. So what I'm going to do here is create list words is equal to file.readLines, simply. So just do file.readLines. And to see how it looks, let me just comment this out and remove this indent and actually print out list words to see how it looks like. So after this, I'm going to do print list words. Alright, so let's run this to see how it looks like. Alright, so here we have our list of words. So we have account, action, so on and so forth. Basically all of our words that are in the words.txt file. So if you know one thing here, we have account \n, action \n, but the last one, zebra, doesn't have \n. The reason for that is we have account give a new line, action, so on and so forth. But the last line, zebra, we didn't give a new line. And that's the reason why we have \n. So in order to actually get rid of the \n, we have a function called strip, which removes trailing and leading white spaces in a string. So in this case, we want to remove this \n from each of these elements. Then we just need to use strip. So let me actually go back to my define function. So let me just define this, make sure I have the indentation. So what's open is this. We could just get rid of the print list words. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to create a variable that stores any random word from this list. So the goal of this is to randomly generate a word or element from this list. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a random word, and recall that we have random.choice if you want to select a random element from this list. So by element, I would refer to word in this list. So what I would do here is random.choice and pass in the argument of our list. So list words. So list words, and recall that we need to also get rid of this \n. So .strip is going to take care of that. So we have this random.choice list words, which could, for example, be carbid \n, lucky \n, any word from this list randomly generated. So when you have this word, this .strip is going to get rid of this \n, essentially. So if I did everything right, all I need to do now is just return random word. And so basically this function just returns a random word. So what I'm going to do here is create a variable that stores that random word. So I'm going to do word equals generate words. So basically the value returned here is random word. So when I call this function, it's going to return the value random word. And that random word, I'm just going to store inside a variable called word. So if I did everything right, I'm just going to print out word and then to see if it works. So if I hit run, we should hopefully see that it does indeed work. So we have snowman, tiger, clouds. Let me just hit a few more times to see if it works. Yeah, so that's basically this part where I was able to summarize, just create a list of random words from this words.txt file, and then just randomly generate a word from that list. And since Hangman, the first step is to actually randomly generate a word, we were able to achieve that in this part. So this is only the beginning, so there's actually more to cover, and actually much more to cover. since we have actually not covered the game logic yet. So this is basically this part. In the next parts, we're gonna actually start going into implementing Hangman logic.